What's up, guys? My name's Captain Dave, and welcome back to the Captain's Quarters, the video in which I go through and answer all of your questions and comments from last time's video. So, I am hungover. I don't normally drink. I actually drink very rarely these days, but last night was the exception to that rule, and my body now hates me for it. But I've got a pint of water which you are going to hear me sipping on quite regularly throughout this thing, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So I thought, what better time to sit down and start answering some of your questions and comments from last time. And to start this one off, I left a comment last week saying that my reading skills took a major hit in the last video, and it was very true. I don't know why. I was stumbling my words. My brain and my mouth just weren't connecting last time. So yeah, my reading skills took a major hit, which leads me nicely into the first comment of JDude Gaming Inc. saying, "Yes, I can hear that." So thank you very much for the vote of confidence. It does much for my not my ego. What's the word I'm searching for? my self-pride and my self-confidence to know that everybody could hear how bad my reading skill was last week. So thank you for that. The next comment, also from JDude Gaming, was "Baby Juggernaut is love, baby Juggernaut is life." Which is very true. Very true. If anyone hasn't seen Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life, go check it out if you're over 18. And it's funny, but I would slap the be over 18 certification on that for any younger viewers. But yes, it is particularly funny, and you'll get that reference if you do. And the last question for JDude Gaming was, will you ever play Minecraft? I never really got into Minecraft. Back when Minecraft was in its alpha, when it first started getting that burst of popularity, I downloaded it, and actually I still have Minecraft, and it's still the alpha version as well, so it has no updates ever since the alpha, so it's like a really, really old retro version of Minecraft. But I never really played it. There was a few podcasts I used to listen to 3-4 years ago, and I'd sit there and I'd play Minecraft like once a week, just so I had something to do while I was listening to the podcast. But that was pretty much it. I don't know, I just never really got into Minecraft. I'm not sure if I deleted it, but I actually have one Minecraft video on my channel, and it was just me doing the channel update, and I just needed something to play in the background, so I just played a little bit of Minecraft. But I don't know, because it's an update video, it might have got deleted eventually. Who knows? But no, if you're talking about like walkthroughs and gaming stuff like that, no, I very much doubt I'll play Minecraft. It's just not something that appeals to me. The only way I would is like maybe like if other people were playing it, like say like way down the line, I actually I made some YouTube friends. Then yeah, and they were playing it, then maybe, but I'd never choose to play it myself. Will Win 2 said, "Have you ever played It says the Men Legends game. I'm assuming that's XMen Legends. The Men Legends. Have you ever played the XMen Legends games? And if possible, could you do a walkthrough of them? P.S. I know that it is only for PS2. Yes, well, I think I've mentioned it a while back, so I'll do a brief description. But I actually went out and bought the XMen Legends 1 and 2 back when I bought Ultimate Spider-Man. And obviously, you know, I've done a walkthrough of Ultimate Spider-Man. But unfortunately, Ultimate Spider-Man did work on the Xbox 360, however the X-Men Legend games did not. So I went out and bought, for £10, I went out and bought an original Xbox, just solely so I could play those games. Got all the recording equipment so I could plug it in, got it all linked up, played X-Men Legends 1, loved it, thought, wow, that was quite a fun game. Went to play X-Men Legends 2, which was the one I was really looking forward to, and I was really disappointed. I think about 4 or 5 hours into it, and I was thoroughly disappointed. It almost was like they went back a step in terms of like just like the gaming, like how the whole game played out. They added more characters and they tried to make it a bit more detailed, but in my eyes it just kind of looked messy. I don't know, maybe it was because it didn't have the HD capability and it was trying to play on like a HD telly, so maybe that might have been part of it. But I felt the first game looked very clear and you knew exactly what was happening. I thought the second game looked kind of messy, and then there was this whole thing with the cutscenes that just was really weird. Like, you'd get to the end of a mission, go back and have like 4 cutscenes you can watch describing parts of the mission that you were just on, and I couldn't help but think, why weren't those actually in the main game? Why do I have to go back and like watch them as like a cinematic thing? It felt very funky. It was like they took a couple of steps, they added some new stuff in and then took a couple of steps back, like removed stuff that were working perfectly in X-Men Legends 1. So yeah, it really took me by surprise. I was looking forward to X-Men Legends 2 because I heard it was a good game, and I played a little when I was a kid, and I remember thinking it was a good game. And I thought I'd struggle for X-Men Legends 1 and then love X-Men Legends 2, and it was actually the other way around. I actually didn't finish X-Men Legends 2. I got really bored of playing it. So, with regards to will I ever do a walkthrough of them, it was my plan to. But now, I'm not sure. I mean, I liked X-Men Legends 1. I'm tempted to do a walkthrough of that. But I know if I do, everyone's going to ask me to do X-Men Legends 2. And quite frankly, I don't want to. So, I don't know. They're sitting. Both of them are sitting in the maybe pile right now. Which is weird, because I went out and bought an Xbox, bought loads of recording equipment for it, bought the games themselves. And it looks like I might not do it now. So, I don't know. They're in the maybe pile. There's other games that I'd much rather play before I do them. But maybe one day down the line. But as of right now, I don't know. I got really turned off playing them. The Darkman One Fest says, what is your favourite movie series? Personally, I like Lord of the Rings. Favourite movie series? I used to love Final Destination. I used to absolutely love that. I think it's been similar questions come up before actually. But I used to love Final Destination when I was in college. That was 10 years ago now. When I was 16, I used to love Final Destination. Like the first one I thought was a really good film. The second one was my favourite because it was the first one I saw, and then I went back and watched the first one. The third one was not good as in terms of like it being like a good film, but I kind of liked it. I don't know why, I just kind of did. I think especially when it got to the third one, they then started taking more of a comical route, whereas the first two films were still trying to be serious. From about 3 onwards, they just kind of went comedy a little bit because they were just like, everyone just wants to see some people get killed in some really weird ways, and they don't really care too much about the story. The fourth one, the Final Destination 3D, was awful. Awful film. It was not made by anyone that was remotely related to any of the Final Destination franchise, and it was just god awful. And then they came out with the fifth one, which was actually very good. There was a twist at the end which was fantastic, and it was actually the fifth one was really good. I'd say number 1, 2, and 5 were the best ones, and number 3 just kind of has a soft spot in my heart. Kind of like Fantastic Four kind of has a soft spot in my heart. But yeah, so I suppose movie series, Final Destination, I love them. Scream, oh man, that was another one. I must have been a really messed up kid. Like my favourite movies to watch when I was in college was Final Destination and Scream. That says something. But Scream, they're good. I definitely enjoy them as well. But other than that, it's probably as of now, it's probably just the MCU. That's probably one of my favourite movie series, if you can call that a movie series. I'm not really quite sure if you can, but yeah, Final Destinations, the Screams, I love them. I mean, in situations like this, I always forget stuff, because obviously the first time I read these questions is when I'm reading them out live to you right now, so there's probably a whole bunch of stuff I'm forgetting, but off the top of my head, probably the Final Destinations and the Screams. I think they just, I can just sit there and watch them over and over and over again. Thomas Jackson said, Mass Effect is awesome, just talk about it for a while. Do you know, I could talk about Mass Effect till the cows come home, I really could. But a fear of alienating those who don't like Mass Effect, I don't really want to sit here and just talk about it for too long. So, I'll tell you what I will do. Just because, I jump on any chance to talk about Mass Effect. What I will do is, I've spoke about the trilogy and the walkthrough to death. I want to talk a little bit about the new Mass Effect, because BioWare is very, very good at keeping things secret. They keep things close to their chest, and everyone who works for them must have that same passion towards the game as the actual developers and the leads on the game do, because it is rare that something gets leaked. Like near release day or after a few trailers have dropped, yes, maybe, but right now, in early stages, nothing gets leaked. They are really good at keeping all the information to their chest, which I love. I mean, it's frustrating because you want to know what's coming, but at the same time, I love it, because I'd much rather it be a surprise when the game comes out and be like, oh, this is what's happening, or you don't know until the trailer. So that's kind of cool. But there have been a few things, not recently, but like over the course of months and months and months, that have been released. One of which is a video that was uploaded by the YouTube channel BioWare Base. And it's called Charting a Course, Developing the Next Mass Effect. And this video is quite old. It was uploaded July 31st, 2014. So as you can tell, a very, very old video. But if you want to know anything about the new Mass Effect, go watch this. I'll put a link in the description to this video, actually. But if you want to know anything about the next Mass Effect, they don't describe it. They don't talk about what's actually going to be in it because they can't, because they're not allowed to. But they do answer some questions, and they show some artwork for the new Mass Effect, some new concept art, and they also show a prototype gameplay of the new Mako as well, which looks fantastic. They literally combined the two best things of the Mako and the Hammerhead. Was it the Hammerhead? That floating thing that had like the shield level of a wet paper bag. Was it the Hammerhead? I completely forgot now. But yeah, it's basically man, no, the DLC Firewalker missions in Mass Effect 2. That thing. But it's basically got like the look and the build of the Mako, but it's got the speed and the maneuverability. That's not the word. But it's basically got the handling and the speed of the Firewalker DLC thing, the Hammerhead, I think it was called. But it looks fantastic. As I say, I'll put a link in the description. It's called Charting a Course Developing the Next Mass Effect, and it's great. I think it was at a Comic-Con or something like that. Yeah, one of those sort of things. I'm pretty certain it was Comic-Con, and it's just the developers talking about the next Mass Effect. But it's really cool. And other than that, there was also... Oh, I don't actually know the name of the video because I don't have it saved. I have this video saved just because I love going back and just like rewatching it. But there was another one as well. It was for the N7 day, and basically some of the lead developers and designers from Montreal and wherever the other BioWare base is, I forget, had a live stream, and they showed off a lot more, like more recent concept art as well, and that was great. That was great. It really hinted at the exploration that's going to be happening in the next Mass Effect. It was literally like everything I've spoke about on here. It looked like the exploration of Mass Effect 1 with the graphical... Sorry. Oh, excuse me, I'm choking. But yeah, it was basically like showing off like the exploration of Mass Effect 1 with the graphical content of a next-gen console. It just... Oh, it looks amazing. So yeah, I don't have a link for this second one, but if you just type in like N7 day live stream, I'm sure it'll come up very, very near the top. Or maybe I can do that and put in the link in the description. Who knows? I might be able to find it. But yeah, so there you go. There's my little bit of talk about Mass Effect for you. But we've spoke about the trilogy and what's already happened to death. I've spoke about it so many times. So I'm just really excited for the next one to come out. As much as I want it to come out now, I really want them to take their time and it to be a good game. But at the same time, I just want it now. Thomas Jackson also asked, by the way, when you played ME2, did you release Grunt? I feel like I unleashed hell. Well, you'd have to go watch my walkthrough. If you want to find out if I released Grunt, go watch my Mass Effect 2 walkthrough. Hell, go watch my Mass Effect trilogy. Go watch the whole thing. But yeah, short answer, I guess, yes, I did. Of course I released Grunt. Grunt was actually, I think, barring like the DLC Kasumi, which you don't really need a mission to go get there. You just turn up at the Citadel and go, hi, come with me, please. But yeah, Grunt was the first mission I did. My first squad mate I went and collected. Because I love Grunt. Grunt is just amazing. I played through, I didn't finish it, but I played like a Renegade version of Mass Effect 2 just on my own once. And I took Grunt on every mission. I love that Krogan so much. He is hands down one of my favourite characters. And Thomas Jackson also said, so true about Comics Explained, he is awesome. Yes, he is. He definitely is. If you missed the last Captain's Quarters, then go check out Comics Explained. He's fantastic. And if you do, tell him Captain Dave said hello. He doesn't know who I am, but I wish he did, because the guy's awesome. Thomas Jackson, oh man, you have been commenting quite a lot. No, it's not that it's a bad thing. It's not at all, it's just... Thomas Jackson said, Aaron Cash is behind you. He better hope he's not. I can make him go away if you read Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hell, Captain of Fire, Hell, Hydra. Oh man, now I do regret you commenting a lot. Do you know what, this Captain of Fire, this Hell, Hydra thing, I was not going to address it, hoping it would just go away on its own. But I feel like it's the NWO of my channel. I feel like it's a virus, and every Captain's Quarter, more people are jumping on the bandwagon. And I know, me saying this now means everyone's gonna go do it. But oh man, I feel like a monster is being created right now. It's going to be the Captain of Dave channel secret Civil War. It's going to be all these hell Captain of Fire people versus all me and the other subscribers. And me saying that has probably just made it exponentially worse now, but... Yeah, well, actually, yeah. I might hold that ransom. I'm not going to read Nick Fury Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Until I go one captain's quarters without seeing it. If that happens, I might read it. Until then, I'm holding it hostage. And Thomas Jackson said, damn, I feel like a bully. So you should. No, I'm only joking. The General of Fire said, I am your ultimate foe, the General of Fire. Oh my god, what did I just say? It's like a virus. Oh god, what is happening? I am your ultimate foe, the General of Fire. Captain of Fire, bow to me, we must summon an army of Fallout, Spider-Man Web of Shadows, and more. Moo-ha-ha-ha-ha. We will wage war on Captain Dave and Shepard of Mass Effect. Hail General of Fire, hail Hydra. And I'm not going to answer because there is a next one by General of Fire. Read Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or face my wrath. As I just said, I'm not going to read Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. until I go one captain's quarters without seeing it. Until then, I'm holding it hostage. By the way, before I carry on answering these questions, I've just watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. No, not Nick Fury, like the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And just so I can preference before anyone puts any comments, UK, I think we're like 4 or 5 weeks behind America, so don't write anything about the show, because I love this right now and I do not want it to be spoiled for me. But that show has just got better and better. It is amazing. If you think about how it was like in the first couple of episodes of Season 1, where I was really questioning how good it was going to be, it is hands down one of my favourite shows right now. I just watched the first episode after the mid-season break of Season 2. It is fantastic. I'm so excited for next week. I'm tempted to watch it online just so I can catch up with America. But yeah, I just had to get that out there. If you haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you've got like a whole season and a half to catch up on. Go do it. Just like, trust me, you will thank yourself. Such a good program. It starts off slow, but man, it picks up. I'm sorry, I had to get that out. I've just finished watching it. I'm so pumped for it. Anyway, Yusef IBN Yasir said, hey Dave, how's it going? It's going, other than the NWO of my channel, it's going just fine. You also said, I'm feeling better now. I came back from the hospital and missed my weekend again, but I get 2 days off school, doctor's orders. Anyways, my question for you is that if they made a Dark Knight 4, how do you think it would play out? This is how I think it would play out. Starts off with Bruce Wayne not being Batman, supervillain rises and destroys Gotham. Bruce Wayne becomes Batman for the 3rd time. Ends with Bruce Wayne quitting, being Batman and narrating, I was the hero they wanted but not the one they deserved. Sorry for the long question. Also, I watch a variant from my comic news. He does reviews and origins on the heroes or villains' equipment. Also, how it should have ended is funny. And have you seen the new movie trailer called Pixels about aliens who look like video game characters from the 80s? Sorry again for the long question. Nah, it's fine. So I'll go through it. I'll answer them bit at a time. Number one, I'm glad to hear you're out of hospital and no longer ill. That's definitely good news. And of course, getting a couple of days off school just makes it all the better. The way you also next thing, the way you described the Dark Knight 4 and like how you think the film would play out. I haven't watched the Batman films probably since they were at the cinema. Actually, no, I saw one of them the other day, but it was kind of just on in the background. And it made me laugh because that plot that you've come up with for Dark Knight 4 is practically how every Batman film went. I noticed how like he always at the end of the film stops being Batman, and the next film starts, he comes back as being Batman, and I just realised that that's actually kind of how every film goes. I know it's not exactly how every film goes, but it just kind of made me laugh a little bit. I didn't notice that until you said that, and it kind of pointed it out to me. But yeah, I'm not sure how it would go, to be honest. As I say, I don't read DC, so I'm not sure what villain they could introduce or how it would go. It's something like all the DC films. I'll go and watch, but I'm not as excited for them as I am like with the Marvel ones. Not because I think they're any better or worse. It's just because I don't read DC. I'm not really as interested in the characters. So I'll go watch them like I'd watch any other film, but I'm not as like excited for them as I am, say, like a Civil War or something like that. But what was it? Have I seen the movie trailer for Pixels? Yes, I have. It looks like it'll be a funny film. I mean, Adam Sandler, Kevin James, put them two together, they're normally pretty funny. So funny fact, by the way, Kevin James of what program? What was that program he was in? King of Queens, and then like a whole bunch of other films since then. He was on the same wrestling team in high school as Mick Foley. Just a little by the by, a little bit of information. So, but moving on, Lucas, I can never pronounce your last name, said, Dave, if you were friends with Peter Parker and you knew he was Spider-Man, and if he died, would you try and take up his mantle and become Spider-Man? Oh, if I was friends with Peter Parker, I think that would be enough for me. I'd love to be friends with Peter Parker, like be like his sidekick. I'd love that. That would be awesome. That would be like a dream come true. I would drop everything. I'd be like, "Yo, Parker, I'm there. You go get your Spidey on. I'll pick up the slack." But if he died, would I pick up the mantle of being Spider-Man? If I had the powers, then yes. But if I was just like I am now, just sitting in my chair, then probably not, because I'd have my ass kicked in a matter of seconds. But if he died and his spider powers were somehow transferred onto me, definitely. Because if I was friends with him before as well, I would know how he does things. So I should hopefully, with a little bit of a learning curve, be able to pick up where he left off. But it would only be if like his powers transferred to me. If I'm just like normal Joe Bloggs human, then probably not, because I would die very, very quickly. Monty Pig said, Batman doesn't do Falcon Punches anymore, he does Falcon Fists of Fury. Or should I say, Falcon Fists of Fury! He did that definitely with Deathstroke in Arkham Origins. Blast Eye Studio said, will you play another Telltale games like Game of Thrones, The Wolf Among Us, or Tales of Borderlands? Also, it produced canon, but there was a fanon head canon, which is also where fan make up their own interpretation of fictional work. Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought for a second you were just trying to rhyme. Also, it's canon pronounced canon, but there's a fanon head canon. I thought you were just trying to rhyme with me. But no, it's funny you ask about Telltale games. Because as I said like the other week, I finished playing Walking Dead Season 2. I'm looking forward to starting to record that. The Wolf Among Us was the next one I was going to play. And I actually have The Wolf Among Us, and I have been excited for a very long time to actually sit down and play that. And the other night, I did just that. And was very disappointed. Not because of the game still looks fantastic. But when I first put the disc in, the opening title was stuttering, and I was thinking to myself, like, lagging, and I was thinking, that's not a good sign, the title's lagging, and I got 2-3 minutes into the game, and the game was unplayable. It was just lagging, and it was just choppy, and you'd miss, like, the QTE, like, you have to press the buttons at, like, a certain amount of time. I would die before the image had even came on the screen telling me to press a button. It was insane. So immediately, obviously, I went online thinking, have I just got a dud copy of the game, have something like that? And I found a plethora of people on the Telltale forums, on Reddit, on everything, saying that when they downloaded the episodic versions, it was just choppy and it wasn't working. Then when they've released the disc version, which I have on the Xbox 360, again, it's just choppy and unplayable, and basically, the response of the Telltale forums was once a month or so, they would reply saying, have you deleted your cache? Have you deleted this? Have you done that? And when you said no, or you said yes, and it still doesn't work, they will just then repeat the same answer. So, basically, I think what it's boiled down to recently is them just saying to return the game. So, yeah, that has made me particularly furious. And now they're making other games, like Borderlands, they're making the new Season 3 of The Walking Dead, and Game of Thrones. There's a whole bunch of other games they're making, yet they still haven't addressed the fact that their old games are broken. So, I'm not quite sure what to make of it, because the game looks fantastic, and I really want to play it. But it seems like there is a whole bunch of people out there that the game is unplayable for. It seems like unless your Xbox is brand spanking new and does not have any save data on it, it's just like not gonna work. So, Yeah, so I don't know if the same problems persist on the PC or not. I'm not sure, but it's frustrating. Like, I also found when I was playing Walking Dead Season 2, at the start of each episode, they have, like, the previously on Walking Dead sort of thing. And that was really choppy. Like, sometimes all the audio would go on a black screen, and then it would just really quickly flick through all the pictures once the audio had finished. Like, the game played fine after that, but that bit where it had to load your options, it was just, my Xbox, you could hear it making that sound, you know, when it's like it's working overtime. So, yeah, so that's, right now I want to play it, but I can't. So I would say it's the Dave luck, but it looks like there is a lot of people in the world that are experiencing the same problem, with little to no support from Telltale, which is really disappointing, because I am a big fan of at least the Walking Dead games of Telltale, and I love the art style, and I'm really looking forward to playing other games like Borderlands and Game of Thrones. But with the lackluster experience I've had with The Wolf Among Us, I'm kind of skeptical about buying other games, because I don't want to waste my very little money that I have buying a game that might potentially not work, only to then get absolutely zero support from them. So, this isn't me, and this also isn't me designed. I'm not sitting here because I want to bash Telltale. That's not it at all, because I am a huge fan of their games when they work. There are few games these days that I play, and when I finish, I feel like there's like a hole in my life, like I did with Mass Effect. I finished that game, and I was like, what do I do now? And that was what it was like when I finished Walking Dead, and when I finished Season 2 of Walking Dead. I was like, I just want to play it again. Like, that game was so good. And that's why their storytelling capabilities and their artwork as well is just fantastic. I'm a huge fan of it. That's why I'm so disappointed what's happened with The Walking Dead. I mean, if they were really responsive, saying, oh guys, we are so sorry, we're trying to fix this, blah 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 blah, great. But it was like once a month they would give you the same line that a PR guy has clearly told them to say, because it was worded exactly the same every time, and it was just kind of disappointing. Like, even if it didn't work, I'd understand it if they then released a statement saying, hey look, our game isn't working, don't buy it, we'll recall it all from the shelves, we'll get it fixed and send it out. I'd be like, alright, fine, mistakes happen. But the fact that it's still being sold, knowing it's broken, that's I don't know, it's made me really disappointed, to be honest. I'd love for somebody then to turn around and tell me, no, you're wrong, this is the problem, and I get it fixed, and I'll retract everything I've just said, but unfortunately I'm not sure if that's the case. So in answer to your question, I would love to play other Telltale games, but right now I'm not really confident that they would work, so unfortunately it's a real shame. Dr. Bat 10 said, who is your absolutely least favourite Marvel supervillain, and have you seen Big Hero 6, and if you have, did you like it? Well, I'll answer the second bit first. I have seen Big Hero 6, and I thought it was a fantastic movie. I loved that film. I went into it just thinking, meh, I'll watch it. Why not? It looks fun. I like a good Disney animated movie. Man, that was one of those films, just like I said, like with Walking Dead and Mass Effect. I finished watching that film, and I was like, that was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed that film. It was as I came out that it felt like quite often you see a film and it ends and you're just like, oh, okay, that was alright. But I actually finished watching Big Hero 6 and thought, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I had a great time watching that film. So yeah, if you haven't seen Big Hero 6, go watch it. I definitely recommend it. It was I think that's one of was it one of Disney's, was it Disney's or Marvel? I can't remember which one. I think it was Marvel's first film to actually receive an award, I believe. I could be completely wrong, but I remember hearing that something about Big Hero 6, something like being the first film of theirs to actually receive some sort of award. I don't know what award it was, but anyway, yeah, who was my absolutely least favourite Marvel supervillain? Now, this is one of those ones that I read, and there is one in the back of my head, and I just can't think who it is. But I know there is a supervillain that every time they pop up, I'm just like, will you go away? Just like, you are not interesting. I can't think who it is for the life of me. And they appear a lot as well, like quite frequently, and it bugs the hell out of me. Oh, who? This is going to grind my gears down. Who is this? There is someone though. Oh man, this is going to wind me up. I'm not actually going to be able to remember. What's his name? Because every time they appear, I'm just like, why are you still a character? You're so irrelevant. But that's going to wind me up. There is one. I just can't remember it. That's going to bug me. Anyway, Dr. Bat 10 also said, I want to know who hasn't seen Lion King, and if you haven't seen Lion King, I will hunt you down Oh no, I will hunt you, I will find you, and I will kill you. Oh my. It's a little extreme, but no, I've got to agree with you. If you haven't seen Lion King, do it. Watch Lion King and then watch Big Hero 6. Or in either order, but watch them both. They're both good films. And Dr. Bat 10 also said, you can probably guess which part of the video I'm at, but quite a while back I had a dream that my cat died, and when I woke up, my mum told me my cat had crawled under the tyre of my uncle's truck and died. Oh, that's not very nice. It's almost like a premonition. See, talking about Final Destination, it's like Final Destination but with cats. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Thomas Titus said, I like your Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions walkthrough. Thank you very much. I was actually recently, like a video I made a while back where I said about making my channel trailer. I've been like every now and then just sitting for about 10-20 minutes just like editing clips and putting bits together. It's sort of like a little thing I do when I've got half hour to spare, and I just throw a few more clips in. And I was looking through my Shattered Dimensions walkthrough, trying to find clips and stuff, so it's just, I just thought I'd mention that since you brought it up. And then my Sony Vegas crashed and all my hard work disappeared. So the Dave luck strikes again. AJ Singh said, are you going to watch WrestleMania, or if you have record this after WrestleMania, what do you think of it if you watch it? Oh, you've got a few questions, so let me answer these as I go. So am I going to watch WrestleMania, or if I've recorded this after WrestleMania, what do I think? I think WrestleMania is on tomorrow. WrestleMania is on the 29th, isn't it? But no, I'm probably not going to watch it. I have not been keeping up with wrestling like lately. Like every now and then Raw will be on Sky and I'll be like, meh, alright, I'll watch 5 minutes of it while I'm eating breakfast. But I haven't been keeping up with WrestleMania, so I probably won't be watching it. I am, however, it's funny you mentioned that, I'm not watching the new WrestleMania, but after a conversation I was having, I think it was last week or the week before, I am actually about to watch WrestleMania 17 again with my brother. So WrestleMania 17 is hands down one of the best WrestleManias, if not best wrestling event that has ever happened. It was fantastic, WrestleMania 17. So no, I'm probably not going to watch the new WrestleMania, but I am actually going to go re-watch WrestleMania 17. What is your favourite DC animated movie? Do you know what? Honestly, I don't think I could pick one. I don't think I've actually watched a DC animated movie before. There you go, that'll be my question to you. What DC animated movie would you recommend? Because I don't think I've actually watched one. I think I've watched like some animated like TV series. I think I saw a bit of Batman Beyond once. But no, I don't think I've seen any animated movies. I've heard some of them are actually quite good. You said if Far Cry 5 that has free roam, Ubisoft put polls for the public on future Far Cry settings, including a Jurassic Park style island of dinosaurs, would you play it and would you do a walkthrough of it? Now, I'm not going to lie, the dinosaurs is quite an appealing aspect. But I haven't played any of the Far Cry series. Again, it's a game that looks good, but it just doesn't particularly interest me, so probably not. The dinosaurs would have to be especially epic to make me want to play it, but probably not. Please try and play Far Cry 3 and 4 and see what you think of it. As I just said, like, they look like great games, I'm just not that interested. Who knows, one day I might pick up one of the games and then just be like, holy hell, I love this, and then I'll do a walkthrough of all of it, but it's very unlikely. And lastly, would you play the Last of Us video game? I was debating it for quite a while, but it was one of those games that I haven't played it, but I watched somebody else play it on YouTube. And I thought, I was like, I would quite like to play it, but I thought I would leave it a little bit, because I do this quite a lot. I'm one of those people that when I like something, I get really, really, really into it. And then once that fades, I'm no longer interested. So I thought I'd give it a little bit of time to see if I am actually going to want to do a whole walkthrough. Because I'd hate to do a walkthrough, get about 10 episodes in and then lose interest, and then have like a really diluted pants walkthrough because I've clearly lost interest in the game. So I was debating for a long time doing a Last of Us walkthrough, but I kind of lost interest, so I'm glad I didn't actually start it. But no, I was thinking about it. I might go back and actually do one day. I don't know, but as of right now, I haven't got a Last of Us is not one of the games that's on the cards, but it could be because it was a really good story. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Anyway, Candyman Chucker said, SpiderDave, hope things with your hope things are you and hope things are okay with you and your family and friends are well. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, they're just fine. I hope everything is fine with your family and friends as well. And the weather is snow cleared for you. We didn't actually get any snow this year. We didn't get any snow at all. I think up north in England, I know Scotland, they always get snow. It could be summer and they'll get snow. We didn't get any snow, not in the south of England anyway. I know I said this before, but again, I will say that you should definitely consider voice acting. I just think that you'll do very well. My question to you is, among all your videos, what's your favourite voice imitation? Oh, so first off, thank you very much. Voice acting is one of those things I always think about doing, but I've never seriously looked into it because I'm not sure how it actually works. Like when you're actually doing the voice acting, like do you get a script and you get to practice it, or do you just have to read it as it's coming out? Because I've heard that's how it happens. Like you don't know what's going to be coming up until you turn the page. Which, if that was the case, I think I'd suck. Because as you can tell just by when I'm reading out your questions, I on the spot reading isn't my forte. But I don't know. Voice acting is one of those things that I don't know. If someone said, "Hey, look, come do this," I'll be like, "Okay." I'm not going to say no, but who knows? Who knows? So anyway, out of all my videos, what's your favourite voice imitation? It's like, what do you mean? What's my favourite voice that I've done, or in-game voice? Because if it's my favourite voice that I've ever done, it would probably have to be J. Jonah Jameson. Probably. I don't know. Because I mean, like, obviously, like the Batman one's quite easy to do, but everyone can do Batman. Or Aaron Cash. Where? I'm Aaron Cash. No, it's got to be the old Triple J, isn't it? There's no way you can beat Parker. You're fired. Oh man, it's just oh, reading out those emails from J. Jonah Jameson in Amazing Spider-Man 2 was just fantastic. Spider Dave, how are things with you and your family? Hope the weather's good. Has the snow cleared? Ah! Oh, it's cracked me up every time. But anyway, here we go. The head honcho of them all, the Captain of Fire, says, "Hello Dave, my followers are growing. Ha ha ha. Squirrels are getting ready along with the psychos." Yeah, that's what it worries me about the squirrels. Because Squirrel Girl has never lost a battle. She killed Deadpool. So that worries me. But anyway, you have a few questions, so I'll read them, I'll answer them as I go through. Number 1, what did you think of my picture that I made for myself? It's pretty fancy. If you drew that yourself, I'm actually I'm quite impressed. That's quite a decent picture. Some good artwork. Number 2, Spider-Man or Human Torch or Iceman? Oh, make me pick out my 3. Obviously, Spider-Man's got to win. And then after that, I was going to say Spider-Man, Iceman, Human Torch in that order. I don't know, but I think I'm kind of biased just because I like Iceman's powers. But then saying that, I've read both X-Men and Human Torch, but obviously Human Torch gets a bigger role in Fantastic Four than Iceman gets in X-Men. And that's why obviously one of my biggest grievances about Iceman is the fact they never give Iceman a leading role, or at least they rarely do. And he really should at this point. He's like he's one of the longest X-Men. He's been there since the very, very start. It's like, why do they always give him such a back seat still? He should be like a legend, like a veteran in X-Men terms. But, yes, I don't know. Probably, I don't know. I want to say Spider-Man, Iceman, Human Torch, but I'm thinking probably Spider-Man, Human Torch, Iceman. I don't know. Oh, no, Spider-Man, Iceman, Human Torch. Let's go that way around. Why not? Just kind of like Iceman's powers. Number 3, Ultimate Alliance 3 or Mass Cough Web Cough of Cough Shadows Cough Effect 4. Well, so Mass Web of Shadows Effect 4. Okay. So basically, Ultimate Alliance 3 or Mass Effect 4. I'm guessing which one am I most looking forward to? Obviously, because Mass Effect Ultimate Alliance 3 isn't happening, I'm going to say Mass Effect 4. But if they were both happening, Mass Effect 4. I think either way I'm going Mass Effect 4. Because Ultimate Alliance 3, as much as I would look forward to it, and as much as I'd love that game, I know Mass Effect 4 would be just miles better. So, yeah, number 4, you should definitely stream, subscribe gameplay, or do it for like a milestone video. Well, as I say, like when I eventually afford to get myself a decent webcam, I might start live streaming these Captain's Quarters. And question number 5, just because, hello Dave, you should just start a new Fallout series as soon as possible. And if you're wondering why I read it out like that, he like dropped them down a line every single time. There I got my daily limit of trolling, the Captain of Dave. Captain's troll of approval. Ha, I'm trying to get my message as long as possible. Well, we certainly succeeded in that. The virus of my channel continues. Captain Carter said, try getting ready for to be continued. Oh, see, look at this. I've got like out of nowhere, I've just suddenly got all of these different trolls happening. I've got the Captain of Fire and all his legions with their Hal Hydra and Hal Aaron Cash. I've got Captain Carter like asking me one question, but over like 8 weeks. and there's someone called the Captain of Music who says, Dave, are you ready? Oh man, this is just... I think I'm getting like outnumbered on my own channel. Jared Hugh said, get that Mass Effect joke in the air about Miranda. Her ass effect makes my mass erect. Classic but a good one. Ian Raphael said, do you still talk to that dude that you did COD Zombies with, or did your cat kill him? No, I don't speak to him anymore. There's no like great big like sordid story behind it, like, oh, what happened? But and my cat didn't kill him even though. But no, we just don't speak. Stuff happens in life and you grow apart, and that's just kind of what happened, really. And no, yeah, my cat didn't kill him, although not the cat I have now, but my parents' cat did try and kill me once. I am not joking. A story for another time, shall we say. Bib Buckland, getting back to serious questions, said, seriously, you need to do a walkthrough of Batman Begins, and will you ever do a walkthrough of Spider-Man 2 PS2? And what do you think of Jason Momoa's new Aquaman costume? Jason Momoa, is he the guy who's playing Aquaman in the new movie? The guy from Game of Thrones? Khal Drogo? Because if so, yes, that looks fantastic. If you're talking about the actual actor who's playing Aquaman, that looks insane. It looks like they're going to do a good job of making the role a lot more serious, because I know a lot of people, despite how powerful Aquaman actually is, most people just tend to mock him, like in the real world, just think he's silly. And even though I haven't read Aquaman, I know the guy is powerful, like if not maybe one of the most powerful. So yeah, but no, if you're talking about the actor from Game of Thrones, then yeah, I think the costume looks very good. And will I ever do a walkthrough of Spider-Man 2? I don't particularly want to. It's nothing to do with it being a bad game or anything. I'm just not interested in playing it. It sounds, I don't know what it sounds like, but it's kind of because of how old it is to a certain extent. I'm just not interested in playing it. I'd be playing it for the sake of playing it because it's Spider-Man, not because it's a game I want to play, if you see what I mean. Because I love Spider-Man, but I would be playing it just because it will be a good game to play, if you understand. Like, if you get what I'm saying, it wouldn't be because I want to. It'd just be because it would be good for my channel, if you see what I mean. I try and steer away from doing stuff like that, because I see a lot of people just doing stuff because they know it's going to be popular. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I want to play stuff that I actually want to play, so then you can hear how interested I am. Like the amount of times I just wouldn't be doing anything in Mass Effect or Skyrim because I'm just talking. And it's like that sort of thing. In that game, it will just be literally I'll be just trying to get through it as quick as possible. Plus, Tobey Maguire will just be winding me up. So I know it's a good game, but I'm just not particularly that interested at playing it. Archangel 3 said, hey Captain Dave, there has been casting information and the synopsis of the story of Captain America Civil War the movie released, and it seems the rumours about it being the government versus superheroes are wrong, and that it's going to be Iron Man and the government and the superheroes who join them versus Captain America and those who don't agree with the law, so they side with Captain America. I will post a link to the article at the end and give it a read and let me know what you think in the next Captain's Quarters. I think it sounds cool. Alright, so fair enough. Yeah, I mentioned, like, in a few Captain's Quarters, I mentioned that I thought the story of Civil War was going to be slightly different. Because I remember one of the directors said it was going to be different from the comics, but apparently the Dark Angels just put a link to the comicbook.com that said apparently it is going to be Iron Man versus Cap and their respective superheroes on each side. So fair enough. I do, as much as I like to try and find out what information on Civil War, there have been a few things where they said like there's been like a plot synopsis or stuff like that, and I've steered away from it because as much as I want to find out like who's going to be in it and stuff like that, I also don't want to ruin the film and I don't want to ruin the story for myself. So but no, I went there and I gave it a read, and obviously there wasn't really any major spoilers. So, but yeah, I mean, if they do Iron Man vs Captain America, that would be cool because it would be like the comics, and the comic was amazing. So, Jack Cozen says, "Play Uncharted 4." It was all in capitals, so I felt I had to shout. But Uncharted again, it's just like one of those games like Far Cry where it looks quite good, and it's a third-person game as well, which you all know I like. So. I don't know, maybe one day down the line, who knows, but I don't really have much of an interest in playing it right now. WJS Gamer said, "Dave, how about calling your subscribers the Captain's Army?" I did have another person a while back say, suggest the Captain's Crew, and a lot of people liked it, so what do you guys think, Captain's Army or Captain's Crew? Which one do you prefer? Which one do you prefer? WJS Gamer also said, "Hey Dave, going back to the first episode of your Ultimate Spider-Man walkthrough, how you said that the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show was terrible. I know you don't like it and everybody's entitled to their opinion, but please don't say things are terrible that other people like, although I still think you're a great YouTuber and keep up the great work." Okay, well, yeah, thank you very much for the end bit, but yeah, with regards to saying about like Ultimate Spider-Man, the TV show, if I don't like it and I think it's terrible, I'm going to say that I think it's terrible. Not in that jerky way where people go, "I'm going to speak my mind regardless of who it hurts," blah, blah. Not like that. I mean, but it's one of those things, like, if somebody doesn't like something, you can't tell other people not to say that they don't like it. That's like the whole thing with free speech, really. But it's like, when I say stuff like that, I'm not meaning to say that other people should hate it as well. That's just my opinion. I think it sucks. I could be the only person in the world that thinks it sucks. But it's like, yeah, it's like when someone said about Comics Explained earlier. I was watching one of his live streams a while back, and he hates Spider-Man. Just does not like him at all. And obviously I love Spider-Man. I have a tattoo of Spider-Man that covers the majority of my left arm. It's like, I love Spider-Man, everything about him. And obviously when someone says to me they don't like Spider-Man, obviously a little bit inside me is like, like, how dare you say that? But that's their opinion. There's 7 billion people in the world. It is impossible for everybody to like or dislike the same thing. I mean, there could be something in the world you absolutely detest, and there will be, I can guarantee you, a bunch of people that it is the best thing in their world. It's just the way the world works. And there's those who love Ultimate Spider-Man, the TV show, and there's those that hate it. And neither one of them are right. Just because someone loves it, it doesn't mean it's a good show, and just because someone hates it, it doesn't mean it's a bad show. That's just opinions. It's just the way it is. So, I mean, I will agree with you in the sense of the fact that I haven't actually properly watched the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show. It's not like I've watched the whole thing and I say it's terrible. I've just watched trailers and I've watched like a bit of an episode, and I just wasn't a fan. It just, instead of coming up with just like a good, decent story like the 90s Spider-Man did or Spectacular Spider-Man did, it just seems to be pandering a little bit, like just giving people flashy stuff that's going to look good. I don't know, but as I say, that's just my opinion. But no, I mean, if I don't like it, I'm gonna say I don't like it. I'm not gonna only say nice things about things. Like if I don't like Telltale, like earlier, I love Telltale and I love their games, but there is a huge flaw in what they've done recently, and I'm not gonna pretend it isn't happening. And it's the same thing with that. It's like, I love Ultimate Spider-Man comics, I love the Ultimate Spider-Man game, I don't love the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show. So if you love it, then that's great, keep watching it. But I wish I loved it, it would give me something else to watch, but I don't, and if someone asks me, that's what I'm going to say. So, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. It doesn't mean, that one has to be right and one has to be wrong. WJS Gamer said, "How did you get your YouTube name, Dave?" You don't have to answer if you've already answered this question in an earlier video. I have answered this question, but it was a very, very long time ago, so I do not mind answering it again for anyone who's new around here. Basically, the way I got my name was just I stumbled into it. It wasn't a choice. Like it wasn't inspired by Captain America or anything like that. Although I will be honest with you, when you guys call me Cap, I get a hell of a kick out of it. When you guys say like, "Hey Cap," I love it. I think it's awesome. It's sort of like a nickname that you guys have obviously, because I mean, it's just a shortening of the name, but I love it. I absolutely love it when you guys call me Cap. So. And now every comment in the next Captain's Quarters is going to be "Hey Cap," but hey, I love it. I'm totally on board with that. But yeah, it literally was just pure fluke. It was years and years and years ago. Like I used to play video games a lot as a kid, and then through probably my mid-teens to near just before early 20s, so probably like mid-teens to late teens, there was a good couple of years where I just didn't play games. I'd play SmackDown like versus Raw. But that was about it. I didn't really play games. It must have been because where I was going out, and I was at that age where I went out and I socialised quite a lot. And I went out of games for a long time until GTA 4 came out on the PS3. And I was able to get a PS3 again because I was quite poor, for quite cheap. So I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to get that. And I was really excited to play GTA 4 because I wanted to play online as well. I had to create a username for my PlayStation, and I was determined that I didn't want it to be like Dave894267 or XXX something, or I didn't want it to be something like that. I wanted it to be an actual name, like with no other letters or numbers so I could get my name. I just wanted it to be a name, and I tried loads of different variations of Dave this and something else that, and they had all been taken, and they all required me to add numbers or X's or capitals or stuff like that to it, which I didn't want to do. I did actually have another name, but I'll get to that in a second. And in the end, I was just trying loads of stuff, and I just wanted to play GTA. So I tried in loads of stuff, and then I just tried Captain Dave, like CPT_Dave. And it went, oh, this one's available. And I thought, well, that's not exactly what I want my name to be, but I just want to play GTA 4. So I was like, accept. And obviously, because I'm lazy, I never bothered changing it. And then, a couple of days later, I remembered what I actually wanted to name. I actually originally wanted to call my gamer tag Wookie Monster, just because I did. Because I thought it was funny. I liked making the Wookie noise, and I thought it was a nice play on the character Cookie Monster. So originally I thought that was funny, and I wanted to make that my name. But when I came to creating it, I just happened to forget that. And yeah, so that was my PlayStation name. And then of course, when I set up my channel, I had my gamer tag in every single video, so I thought, well, I might as well make my YouTube name the same as my PlayStation name, and I think CPT_Dave was already taken, so I did again loads of different variations and came up with the Captain of Dave, and I was like, I like that, so that's what it will be, and and that's how, as they say, the magic was born. It wasn't like some divine intervention. It wasn't like one day I strive to be a captain, or it wasn't like I love to be Captain America. It literally was just I really wanted to play GTA 4 and couldn't remember what I wanted to make my gamer tag, and thus Captain of Dave was born. So it was pure fluke, pure fluke. Unfortunately, I wish there was like a more awesome story behind it. Like, my dad was a captain and he died, and I took up the mantle of Captain Dave or something like that. But no, to revenge Uncle Ben. But no, it was just pure fluke. It was just forgetfulness and laziness to come up with something else. And last question is also from WJS Gamer. Said, sorry about all the comments, but can you bring your girlfriend on in one video? Also, do you like Kingpin or Bane as characters more? Well, it's weird. Like, literally, I read this comment this morning when I woke up. I read my emails and saw this comment, and me and my girlfriend were sitting in bed having a conversation about her being in my videos. And she was, and it wasn't like I was saying I'll come in my videos. I was just, we were talking about it. I think she'd just seen a video, and she was just like, and she used my channel as a reference. She was like, see, I'd never get involved in your videos. They're what you do. And then I read your comment saying, can I bring your girlfriend into the, can you bring your girlfriend into the videos? So I just thought that was a funny bit of timing. But yeah, we have one video in the past. It's called, if you search on my channel, it's called Date Night. It's just the two of us playing Little Big Planet. So yeah, if you just go on like my videos and hit search and type in Date Night, you should probably find that. But I don't know. I thought about the idea of having her in other videos before, but it's just I'm a bit picky about how I do things, and she's not particularly interested in it. She supports my channel and has, like, even with his captain's quarters, the logo you see in the background now, the little Spider-Man kid playing the PlayStation, that was all drawn by her. So she definitely helps me with the like support and stuff with the channel. But with regards to that, it's all me. She has her own things going on. Also, do you like Kingpin or Bane as characters? Probably Kingpin more, but again, that's because I don't read DC. So it's like, I don't know. It's you're asking me about something I kind of know and something I don't know about. So, but I'm gonna go Kingpin because obviously he was quite a prominent villain in Spider-Man for a while. He's gonna be in the Daredevil that's coming out very, very soon. So I have to give it to Kingpin. So. But with that being said, it's a much shorter version of the Captain's Quarters. I suppose last week's one was I did really late, so it came out on Monday, and this one I'm actually doing on time. So I guess there was less questions, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. These do tend to drag on sometimes. So with that being said, any questions or comments that you want to let me know about, feel free to leave it in the comments section below. Any questions you just really want me to answer, put them in the comment section below and I'll get through and answer them next week. But as for now, my name's Captain Dave, this has been the Captain's Quarters, and I'll catch you guys later.